And we're doing 4-minute folklore, so let's crack on. We're talking about Culver Down. It's the chalk downs in the north of Sandown, as you can see over in the distance. That's Sandown. The name is derived from Culfre, which is the Old English for dove or pigeon. The cliffs that we're looking at over now were always an important place for seabirds and their nesting grounds, and they still are. Historically, it was used for a source of commercial egg collecting. So what they would do is they would breed peregrine falcons as well as the common wood pigeons there, and they would drop ropes over, climb down and take the eggs. For many years, the whole site was a military zone. There is, as you can see, those two little white spots there, those white things, they are the military batteries. It is now open to the public and it's managed by the National Trust. Now we're getting onto the folklore. So, Culver is considered the head of the dragon. Let's talk a little bit about the dragon here. So, the story goes that the dragon that sits underneath our island is the very first dragon, and sometimes called the mother dragon. And she flew through the skies. Her heart was broken because of many battles between the dragons and people. And she landed on the island. At the request of the people there, she united the dragons, and her head, she united the islands, and her head is where Culver is. Now, what we're looking at here is a map of the island, as this is a geographical map, and you can see it looks like a dragon. You can see the head to the right, and to the left is the tail, and in the middle is the body. Now, in a minute, we're going to see superimposed some of the sacred sites, and as you can see, a bulk of them actually follow the geographical path of the island. And next, we're going to talk about the Hermit's Hole, which is part of a much larger legend, which we'll do later on, which is the mysteriously disappearing village of Wolverton. Anyway, the legend states that there was a church of St. Urien at Wolverton, a famous and remarkable shrine. A holy well was there, and the water was so remarkable, it was fresh all the time, would never go off, even on long sea voyages. It had restorative properties. It would help people who are sick. Interesting note, there are 2 natural springs in the area, and both those springs are still considered extremely pure. One of those springs has an abundance of wild garlic, and in the other one, not so much. And it's thought that the one with the wild garlic is not the spring to the well, and we'll go into that in a little bit later. So, the lost village is said to be where Centurion Copse is now. And the name is not derived from anything to do with Romans. It's a derivation of Centurion. Anyway, near the well stood a message, and it proclaimed, "While the water flows pure and free, Wolverton shall happy be. The net be heavy in the sea, and wheat seeds shall yield plenty. When stains of blood burns the well, Culver Ness shall ring its knell." To cut a long story short, blood got into well, Culver Ness fell down, and it revealed a cave. It's actually one of the 2 caves that are still there. They're called the nostrils, the dragon's nostrils. Anyway, a young boy went into there. He was confronted with a table full of food. There was a man sitting at the table. The man begged him to eat with him. But before the young boy ate, he said grace because he was pious. And as he did, the man screamed in agony, and it turns out that one of those holes was a hole to hell. The demon was banished, and the young boy stayed there as a hermit in the cave for the rest of his life. And that cave, we're not sure which one it is still called the Hermit's Cave today.